If there is any evidence that Charlie White is in the Illuminati, this is it. Hello everybody, I'm Daryl. Welcome to Conspiracy Hub, and let's get started. Today we're talking about Charlie White, aka Charles White, aka Penguinz0, aka Moist Critical. And we're discussing whether or not he is in the Illuminati. And there is so much evidence to confirm this. There are three main topics of conversation today. We're talking about his popularity, we're talking about his views, and lastly, well, you'll have to stay and find out because that is the most important piece of evidence to this whole thing. So stay tuned and let's get started. So firstly, let's discuss Moist Critical's popularity online. He's been on YouTube for the last 16 years, and this guy does not exude a personality per se that is like, let's go watch him for hours and hours, right? When you first watch Charles White and look at him talk and listen to him, he reminds me of a social studies teacher that I used to have back in high school that would try to read us an excerpt of a book and we would all start to fall asleep because his voice was so incredibly boring. There's something about Charles White, Moist Critical, Penguinz0 that really gets people interested, and I still don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. He will literally sit there and just drone on and on and on. And somehow he became popular. This is really one of the biggest reasons why I think he's part of the Illuminati. So again, this is his channel, 14 million subscribers, outrageous. But I want you guys to look at his actual thumbnail. Look at this, no effort, no effort, no effort, no effort. There's nothing here. There are channels with way more subscribers who put way more effort into their thumbnails and get way less views on their videos than he does in 24 hours. It is absolutely insane. So in order to understand in full the Illuminati deal that Charles White obviously made and sold his soul for, we need to look at his YouTube views. I don't think you guys quite understand how many views this guy gets in like a 24-hour period compared to other larger, more well-produced channels. Let's just take a look at it. All right, so let's look at Charles White's videos in a one-day period, okay? And right now, he has 2 videos that are within a 24-hour period, according to YouTube. I want you guys to look at these views. 1.2 million views in 24 hours. 1.1 million views in 24 hours. Let's not forget to mention their thumbnails are boo-boo dookie garbage. There's nothing here. There's nothing algorithmically pleasing about these thumbnails. These thumbnails are, in fact, what most YouTube professionals would tell you to never do. This does not say anything, it doesn't do anything for the video, but yet he still got this many views in 24 hours. All right, now in comparison to Charles White's channel, let's now look at T-Series, the most subscribed YouTube channel in the galaxy, and let's look at how it stacks up. For T-Series, in a one-day period, and mind you, they have made 3 videos, we see that they have gotten 152,000 in one day, 32,000 in one day, and 11,000 in one day. Mind you, this is the most subscribed channel on YouTube with 258 million subscribers. How on God's green earth is this even remotely possible that Charles White has more views in a 24-hour period than people who have put probably 12 hours into their thumbnail alone? Look at this thumbnail. Look at this. Look at these are really well made, and yet they have barely any views to stack up. Mind you, for one day, Charles White did 1.2 million views. This doesn't even add up to 1.2 million views for 3 videos. Look, at this point, if you don't believe that Charles White, Penguinz0, Moist Critical has sold his soul to the Illuminati, you are, you're missing it. You don't understand what's going on here, okay? He has sold the very essence of his being in order to be popular, in order for people to slave over him and want to watch his videos. You guys aren't seeing it. I don't understand. And also, let me just be clear here. I don't understand how a man who has gone this far on YouTube pretty much only wears a white shirt in all of his videos. How in the world have you garnered all this popularity and all of this love from the internet, and all you wear is a white shirt? Any man that wears a white shirt in his videos is obviously unhinged, and something is wrong with him. This guy needs help. Now, do keep in mind, I did some extra Googling on him, and I have found out that he's close to 30 years old. This guy really doesn't have anything else going on for him, so it's quite obvious to me that YouTube is his only source of income and the only way he's really able to be successful. You know what I'm saying? This guy doesn't have a master's degree in biology. This is all he has. So when you think about the idea that he perhaps sold his soul to the Illuminati in order to be successful on YouTube, it all makes sense. But there's one more piece of evidence regarding his views that I want us to look at. Now, if you scroll down here and you decide to go to videos, click on his most popular video of all time. I want you guys to notice his most popular video ever was 5 years ago at 24 million views, and this was him discussing his involvement, or a parody of his involvement. We don't know if he actually was there or not, but the point is he was discussing Hollywood. Did you notice that his most popular video is in discussion of Hollywood? Yes, this entire 25 million most popular viewed video was all about how Moist Critical went on set and was like an extra background in the Hunger Games series. I think like Hunger Games Part 2 or something like that. The entire joke was about how he went on set and things were just out of whack, and he didn't get to be put on screen. He wasn't on camera, and he was really sad about that, right? Now, I want you guys to look at the parallels here. Notice how the one video he discusses being part of Hollywood, being in Hollywood, he suddenly gets the most popular viewed video on his channel. Is that a coincidence? I think not. Open your eyes, sheeple. This guy is tricking you. He's playing in your face. The one video that is centered on Hollywood is his most popular video. It goes hand in hand, guys. He has literally, this is probably the video where he sold his soul. This was the official announcement. Oh my God, you guys aren't seeing the bigger picture. But look, now we are officially at the last piece of evidence that may just prove that Charles White, Penguinz0, Moist Critical, is indeed in the Illuminati. But before we get to this last piece of evidence, please hit the subscribe button, guys, okay? I'm a professional conspiracy theorist. We don't make a lot of money, so please help me out, okay? Hit subscribe, hit like. That'd be really great. Hitting the like button actually helps somebody like me who doesn't get 1 million views in 24 hours, okay? That'd be great. Thank you. Now, officially, the last piece of evidence regarding the involvement that Charles White has in the Illuminati is his tattoos. Okay, let's look at his tattoos and let's get right. Wait, this is the wrong tab. Let's get right to it and understand exactly what's going on with Let's understand what's going on with these tattoos. First of all, you can tell that these tattoos are very well made. It looks good. You know, he had these about, around 6-7 years ago when he started getting, I think one of his sleeves, I believe this one is his oldest tattoo, okay? And then he started going toward his chest area, but all of these tattoos are important to the theory. Now, some of you sheeple may not know this, but tattoos are an incredible way to signify a involvement with an organization or just something that you're part of. And it is very clear that Charles White's tattoos are potentially signs of his involvement with the Illuminati. So first, let's look at his right arm. His right arm shows us to be some type of really intricate pattern with some sort of pendant in the middle. This is actually a really great case in which we see signs and little signatures and sigils within his tattoo. Now, these sigils are representative with satanic symbols, okay? Now, it's all right here. If you guys don't see the similarities between this and this, then you guys are obviously blind because it's sitting right there in front of you. There are signs and symbols inside of his tattoos that signify his involvement with the Illuminati. Now, let's move on to his left arm. His left arm shows us a very intricate detail that looks very much like scales. Why would this be important? Well, that's because scales are representative of a snake, a serpent, a liar, somebody who is trying to deceive. And I believe that Charles White, Penguinz0, Moist Critical, has been trying to deceive all of you for the past decade on YouTube. That tattoo is a signature of a serpent and a liar. And the fact that people have not been able to point this out in the last few years that he's had that tattoo is absolutely insane to me, but it's sitting right there in front of our faces. Now, his clock and rose tattoo may seem pretty standard, but the point here is that there is actually a message within this tattoo. The symbolism within the clock tattoo represents time, mortality, and the passage of life. Of course, clocks have been featured on many countless pieces of art, literature, and film, but it is really all about human nature. What do I mean by that? Well, anybody that has ever sold their soul to the Illuminati knows that they don't have a lot of time within their fame, within the window of their popularity. There may be some sort of time limit that Charlie has to be famous and to enjoy all of this, so the clock is representative of his time running out. As you can see on his clock tattoo, it appears to be a 12, 1, 2, 3, and maybe even a 4 on his sternum. If we zoom in a little bit more, we can tell that the hour hand is right between the 12 and the 1, so maybe around here, and the minute hand appears to be somewhere around the 4. So what we're looking at is the time on his chest that it's telling is 12:20. Why does his tattoo read 12:20 on his chest? Could that mean that 12:20 a.m. or p.m. is going to be the end of his fame? Is that just a reminder of the time that the Illuminati gave him left? Who knows? I don't know, but it's sus. Now, because we don't have the exact color of the rose, we're not really able to tell what is being said in that rose, but a lot of people may also attribute it to putting a rose on a tombstone or paying respect to the dead. So it is possible that this rose may just be representative of the death of his fame, which may come around 12:20 p.m. or a.m. sometime in the future. During this analysis, I am sure that some of you think I am absolutely insane, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I need to go to an asylum. But before you go there, really take a look at all of the evidence that I presented to you. Are you telling me that between his popularity, his views, and his tattoos, that there's nothing in there, there's no evidence in there, that Charles White, Penguinz0, Moist Critical isn't in deep, in the trenches, under the sheets with the Illuminati? Listen, if you think that, you're absolutely insane and you need help. Look, go ahead and go be a fan of Charles White. Go be a fan and enjoy his content. You know, you do that. But I'm not going to sit here and allow this man to keep tricking people for the rest of his career. I won't allow it, okay? Now, this is the day that we all need to put him to task and make him accountable for his relationship with the Illuminati. If you're not willing to do it, then I am, okay? This is the video. This is the official video calling out Charles White, Penguinz0, Moist Critical. It's time for him to be honest about his relationship with the Illuminati. It's time.